Are back live. Gerald Celente got interrupted by the break. He was making the point that we talk about the criminality by any yardstick in history. This is a on fire, flaming tyranny. They are going through every historical example of oppression and secret police, stuff that when I was growing up was just, everybody knew was Soviet Union or beyond it. Gerald, you were making a point. Please continue.
Yes, the point is, have you seen one head roll? Not one. Hello?
No, I mean, I'm listening. You're right. We haven't seen one.
I mean, I'm asking you.
No.
Have you seen anybody doing any time? I saw Cheney making the rounds, hawking his new book. You know? And all the prostitutes, nobody threw him the hard question. The war was started for fake reasons. You know what his response is? No one can deny that the world is better off without Saddam Hussein. Oh yeah, my life is great. Everything's dandy without Saddam. Hey, listen, Dick, or is it penis Cheney? You said that they had weapons of mass destruction and ties to Al-Qaeda. You destroyed a whole country. You ruined the lives of so many thousands of our people and slaughtered hundreds of thousands, if not millions of Iraqis. How about the facts? How about bringing him and Bush up on war criminal charges? How about that Tony the Poodle Blair over there in the UK? How about all these people that you mentioned? Not one of them head roll. The only ones that get stopped are you and me and all the rest of the people out there that have become slaves to the system. It's as clear as that.
No, that's it. They're criminals, and they're trying to break our will and train us that we are their prisoners. So what do we do about it, Gerald, and where is it going?
My only solution, and I keep talking about it, is direct democracy. Because any adult thinking that, oh, we're going to give Congress a list of our demands. Oh, yeah, and the Bananos or the Gambinos are going to become nice overnight and listen to you. No, we have to vote. If we could vote for politicians, we can vote for issues. We do not have a representative form of government. The only people they represent are the people that give them money. And people say to me, well, Mr. Celente, if we let the people vote, we'll have mob rule. Yeah, just like we have it now. The mob is ruling. They're called the Republicans and the Democrats. A gang of 535 congressmen telling 312 million people what to do and run our lives? What, are you kidding me or what? They don't represent me. If I could vote on bank online, I could vote online. You want to take us to war? You want to end the war? You want to keep the war on drugs going? You want to keep reinstituting the Patriot Act? Let the people vote. That, to me, is the only solution.
Well, there's no doubt that our republic is broken. My issue is the awakening is happening. We're going to go to break. We've got 15 more minutes with Gerald. I want to talk about the trends you see coming in the future, because so often we talk about, okay, things are unfolding as you said they would. What do you see in your crystal ball? We're going to break here in a moment, but go ahead and tell us about your latest Trends Journal and the best way to visit the website, Gerald.
Well, the new Trends Journal is going to be out next week, the autumn edition. And it's trendsjournal.com, trendsjournal.com. And as you know, we make it available to everyone. If you can't afford the full price, just fill out the discount request form. Because the more people that keep moving ahead inspired and find the greatness within themselves and plan for the future to see what's going to happen before it happens, the better the opportunities and chances are.
You're right. Stay with us. Monday through Friday from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Central, we're here. Also, we come back. 7 o'clock every evening with InfoWars Nightly News. Got a great crew working hard to bring you hardcore info. No holds barred truth and defense of liberty. 7 o'clock, premiering at prisonplanet.tv and InfoWarsNews.com. And the guy that heads up the Trends Research Institute is Gerald Celente. Before he leaves us in 15 minutes, we'll tell you where to get the Trends Alerts, the Journal, and more. This is a short segment. We'll come back in the next segment, Gerald. But getting into future trends, you say, well, you're heartened by people actually getting in the streets, even if they're not completely focused. But you were acting like you didn't predict that. I mean, you did say 4 or 5 years ago you'd start seeing taxpayer rebellions, and that's the Tea Party. And we have the Occupy the Fed movement going after the white shoe boys. What do you predict coming up in the future, Gerald?
Well, just going back to that, no, I did predict it. I was just wondering what was taking them so long. And I realized it, that it's not I'm mad as hell anymore and I'm not going to take it. It's not a head issue. Now it's a gut issue. I'm broke as hell and I have nothing to lose. That's very different. And by the way, Alex, I wrote this book, Trends 2000, in 1996. It was a Warner book. It was a national bestseller.
No, I remember my dad reading it.
I predicted in this book the uncivil wars and that people would be taking to Wall Street because of the gap between the rich and the poor. So what we're saying is this is the beginning of the total movement. The entire world economic system is collapsing. So what am I doing? I'm still very heavily invested in gold, and now I've bought some silver. And I'm back in silver because I'm concerned that just as they throw these false flags out there, they're going to start blaming people who buy gold and speculate in the market for crashing the fiat currencies. So as you well know, they regulated the supply and sale of gold before, and I'm concerned they might do that again. So that's why I'm in both precious metals.
Well, I tend to agree with you, Gerald. They're really starting to beat the drum in that direction. So what do we do? I mean, I'm to the point where I'm buying my gold and I'm not turning it into these crooks.
Well, my gold's away from here. They're not going to be able to get it unless they could swim really far, you know? And so I don't intend to. They're not going to get it. They won't be able to find it unless they go to another country to get it. So having said that, what I'm saying to people is that this is not going to be the autumn of an Arab Spring type. This is going to be the winter of discontent. This thing is collapsing real quick. The issues over in Europe have not gone away. Dexia, that huge bank, that huge French-Belgian bank, collapsed a week ago. Do you know
they've had 5 of them collapse? They've had 5 banks collapse in the last 2 weeks.
But Dexia alone, do you know what it's costing Belgium to bail them out? It's equivalent to 17% of their GDP, 2% of France's GDP. This is one stinking bank. Multiply that. There's no way of bailing them out. Greeks are about $500 billion in debt. The pigs, Portugal, Italy, Ireland, Spain, are $4.5 trillion in debt. They're not going to be able to bail them out. They're only going to keep printing this digital money that's not worth the paper it's not printed on. So we're telling people, be prepared this winter. Oh, you know what they're doing over there in Greece? As though it's not hard enough? They're just raising the costs and taxes on heating fuel, getting ready for the winter. We'll give it to them again. The same thing is going to happen here.
Stay there, Gerald.